Okay, part A here says factorise 12x squared plus 13x minus 4. So it is a quadratic, okay, and they're expecting us to factorise two brackets. So what we tend to do, don't we? We tend to use this method, and we look for what they multiply to and what they add to, right? So we put m here, add. Now, when you have a number in front here of the x squared, and we will have a number usually in the exam, right? You've got to times that, haven't you? This is the method we use. We times that by the end number, okay? So we've got 12 here, haven't we? So if I times it by that end number, 12 times minus 4 is minus 48. So I need to get a pair of numbers that multiply to give minus 48. And of course then they need to add up to give that middle number 13. Okay, so we need to think of a pair of numbers now that work in this case here. So if I was to start off with a pair, let's start off simple. Let's just think 1 times 48. Okay, that will give me 48 when you times, but there's no way you're going to get 13. 2 then, 2 times 24. Okay, and notice I'm not worried about the minus at the minute. I'm just thinking about the 48. 2 times 24 give me 48. But of course, 2 and 24, I can't get them to add up to give 13. 3 goes into 48. 3 times 16. Okay, 3 times 16 times to give 48. And then actually, I can get that to add up to give 13, can't I? So if I wanted to add up to give 13, I'd need to keep this as a positive 16, and this is a minus 3. Okay, positive 16 minus 3 adds up to 13, and then when you times them, you get minus 48. So that'll do, okay? So in our brackets then, what we do, if you remember, you write whatever's in front of that x squared here, you write that down in the brackets, in both brackets, you write 12x, 12x, and then we put the numbers minus 3 and 16. Okay, minus 3 plus 16. But don't forget then, with this method, okay, because we times by 12 at the beginning, yeah? Times by 12 at the beginning, we need to sort of pay back, if you think about it now, we need to divide by 12, right? And to divide by 12, you look in each bracket for common factors. And if you look at that first bracket, okay, 12x and minus 3, there's actually a common factor there of 3, isn't it? Okay? Right, you can take out a 3, can't you? Now, in terms of what goes in here, well, what do we times by 3 to get 12x? Well, that's 4x, isn't it? And what do we times by 3 to get minus 3? Well, that'd be minus 1. Okay? Second bracket, you need to check if there's common factors there. And 12 and 16, well, if you think about it, that's in the 4 times table, so 4 goes into it. So write 4 out here. Then what do I times by 4 to get 12x? Well, that's 3x. What do I times by 4 to get 16? Well, that's 4. Okay? And then we remember dividing by 12. And what you find is, right, is that now that 12 on the bottom will cancel because you've got a 3 here and a 4 there, and 3 times 4 gives me 12. So that will then divide by 12 and give us 1, cancel out. So we end up having two brackets, 4x minus 1, 3x plus 4. That's our factorised version. Part B then, it says hence solve the equation. So hence solve means we're going to use this answer, so don't forget then we've got the two brackets replacing it. Okay? And when we've got two brackets times together equals to 0, remember one of those brackets has got to equal 0. Okay? Because when you've got two things times together, if you think about it, two things times together, two numbers times together, if the answer is 0, then one of those numbers has to be 0. And the same applies here. If we've got two brackets times together, which we've got here, they times in, then one of these brackets has to equal 0. So we say, look, either 4x minus 1 is 0, or, it's important to write or, 3x plus 4 is 0. Okay? So then we'll solve this then. We take the minus 1 over, comes plus 1, and then, of course, times it by 4, so take it over, divide. So you get a quarter, and then over here then, you take the 4 over, it becomes minus 4, and then take the 3 over, it becomes minus 4/3. So I have that word order, and you've got your two answers, and we leave it as fractions there.